Welcome to Clapback. For our project, we're going to clap back at the white saviorism aspect that's found primarily in films of the urban high school genre.
If you are unaware of what the term clapback means, Urban Dictionary defines the term clapback as a comeback, most likely pumped with attitude, sass, and/or shade.
First of all, what is white saviorism? A white savior is defined as Western people going to fix the problems of struggling nations or people of color without understanding their history, needs, or the region's current state of affairs.
So, how does that relate to high school? A common theme relating to films in an urban high school setting is that the students who are a minority are seen as useless, unmotivated, and dangerous, and the only way to help them is by bringing in a nice white lady to teach them the importance of education.
It is typical to see the students teaching the teacher as well, through the small side plots of their struggles growing up in an urban area.
A big example of white saviorism is the film Freedom Riders, where Miss Gruwell changes the lives of her students just by handing out a journal.
The idea that a white woman can fix everyone's problems, stop students from participating in gangs, and create friendships between rivaling groups contributes to white saviorism by creating the idea that one individual with no relatable.
The need for this dominant narrative and its success in media history is proven by the movie poster, where Hilary Swank and her love interest are giant in comparison to 5 small students, the ones who are supposed to be guiding the storyline.
Also, the students' attachment to Miss Gruwell and proclaimed inability to having success shows their dependency on a white savior, despite most white faculty members not caring about their success or even attendance in school.
As Bowman states, Miss Gruwell had no idea what the students were up against. As a middle-class white woman, her struggles are drastically different than the students. By stating this, she's totally disregarding the institutionalized discrimination that exists in urban high schools.
An example of white saviorism in an elite city school is through the movie Finding Forrester. First of all, the poster is a poor reflection of this movie's plot. While Forrester is important to the story, the plot follows Jamal Wallace. But why is Jamal so small in the poster while Forrester is not only on it twice? One of those depictions is huge.
Jamal's academic honesty is challenged by his professor due to his race, and he can only be saved by William Forrester, a white man who most people do not even know the existence of.
Another example of a white saviorism film is The Blind Side. A white woman, Leanne, saves a black boy, Michael, by taking him in. She pays for his education, gets him a tutor, and buys him new clothes. Michael ultimately gets offered football scholarships at almost all top universities thanks to Leanne.
Like other white savior films, The Blind Side portrays black people as poor, weak, and needing outside help from a white person. This movie makes white people feel good about themselves while portraying black people as violent, poor, and incapable of succeeding on their own.
The real Michael Oher has spoken out against many of the discrepancies in the storyline. It seems that Hollywood decided that his story was not sad enough and decided that it needed to be made.
An example of white saviorism is a term now known as voluntourism, a form of tourism where tourists participate in volunteer opportunities.
We found an article in the New York Times called The Voluntourist Dilemma by Jacob Kushner. This article talks about the negative effect voluntourism has on the area it takes place in. The author talks about seeing missionaries attempting to build a church while the actual workers stood back watching.
Thanks for listening to our clapback. Through this class, we have learned to be critical consumers of the media that we are fed each and every day.